I'm gonna ask you two different questions about traveling, purely about traveling. Nothing like, what is the coolest thing that you did when you traveled? And then my second question is going to be, what was the most impactful thing that you did while traveling? It may not, and it could be the both. It may be two separate things.
Yeah. What was the first one again?
What's the coolest thing you did? Something that you thought you would never do, or thing you experienced?
Yeah, I mean, I smoked opium with a medicine man in a hill tribe village in northern Thailand. So that was pretty cool. I took a bike ride down the world's most dangerous road on this cliff, like side road in Bolivia. So that was pretty stupid, probably in retrospect. But I guess stupid and death defying are kind of cool, right?
Yeah.
So. That's what comes, but like, sometimes the coolest thing is probably like when you're with good friends somewhere and, it's just sunset and you're having drinks and you got like a sort of a warm glow vibe going on is probably like the ultimate cool thing.
Yeah.
As far as impact goes, I don't know. It's a tough question because I feel like when I travel, I'm usually trying to not have an impact. I don't know if that's the question necessarily, but I'm usually trying to like, I think that's part of why I associate it with psychedelics a little bit is because there's this ego loss of like, you're going to be like, you're not the center of the universe. You don't matter. You're in someone else's country now. You need to rely on the kindness of strangers to like get by and stuff like that. And like that there's a humility that comes from that that's like healthy and good, but also it's sort of like, I kind of don't want to be like the loud American who's like shouting about stuff and all the French people are like, oh, this guy, look at this fucking asshole. Jeez, it's like you don't want to be that American. So I think a lot of times I'm trying to like kind of roll on the down low as opposed to like having a noticeable impact on the people around me.
Okay. Now, have you when you kind of like got revigorated back into, I don't know if revigorate is the right word, back into Judaism, have you traveled to Israel and have gone and done some of those kind of like, this is a very bad way of saying it, and I apologize up front, hardcore Jew things that like people go like like, is that some of the stuff that you did or
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I've been to Israel, 4 or 5 times. I
Wow.
forget, maybe 6, but like.
Did you do Birthright or did you not do Birthright?
I didn't know about it until I was too old. So it was my bad on that. But no, I've been there a few times. That's actually, I had a friend who's very religious, and through him, I met some of the rabbis that he studied with there. So that was like a very interesting experience. But then, also like I hang out mostly in Tel Aviv, which is pretty, secular, and most of the people there are not very religious, but also it's just sort of like in the air all the time of like, people speaking Hebrew and knowing about the holidays. And, even if they're not actively religious, they kind of know more about Judaism than American Jews for the most part. So you just kind of like soak it in a little bit. But yeah, it's a fascinating place. I enjoy it there. I don't know if I'd want to like live there permanently, but it's really intriguing kind of environment to be in.
Cool. Now, kind of along those lines, and have you ever traveled anywhere dangerous, like places people would say like you should not be traveling to, like Middle Eastern countries or maybe in Central American countries, anything like that? Have you put yourself in a situation just to experience a culture where everyone in America is like, oh, we don't go to these kind of countries, kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, I've been to like Rwanda or Vietnam or Colombia, but I wouldn't consider any of those places extremely dangerous. It's sort of like maybe if you didn't, if you acted like an idiot or did dumb things or went to the wrong neighborhoods on your own with your AirPods in, like then maybe some bad shit would happen to you. But like usually, if you're like kind of like cognizant of your surroundings and mindful in your behavior, I find that you're pretty safe no matter where you go. And a lot of times it's like, I've been places that were really poor, but like I didn't necessarily feel in danger there. Whereas like you can go out in certain places in America where you're like, this feels like shit might go down in a way that you won't feel even when you're in a third world country, just because it's a different like kind of culture there.
Yeah. Cool, man. Well,